Dear student, previous class we discussed about the definition of chemical kinetics, different types of reaction, rate of reaction, different types of rate of reaction, that is your average rate of reaction, instantaneous rate of reaction, effect of factors to the rate of reaction. Now I will discuss about the rate constant. Suppose I will take a reaction A plus B gives a product. Then according to the law of mass action, according to the law of mass action, the law of mass action already covered in the first year course. So according to the law of mass action, the rate, that is your R is equal to dx by dt equal to k into concentration of A power 1 into concentration B power 1, where k is equal to your proportionality constant. It is also called rate constant. It has also other name, that is your velocity constant. K is also called specific reaction rate, and this term is called molar concentration of A, and this term is called molar concentration of B. If concentration of A is equal to concentration of B equal to 1 unit, then what will happen? Put the value of concentration A and concentration B in this relation, then we can find R is equal to K. And from this data, we can define the definition of rate constant. The rate constant is defined as the rate of reaction at unit concentration of reactant. That means the rate of reaction is equal to rate constant when the concentration of the reactant is unit. Next I will explain about the characteristics of rate constant. By the help of rate constant, we can able to measure the rate of reaction. So first point is it measure the rate of reaction. Remember, from the data of the rate constant, we can consider whether a reaction is fast reaction or slow reaction. If the value of K is more, then the reaction proceeding faster and faster. So we can write greater the value of K, faster is the reaction. The value of rate constant for a particular reactant is constant at a constant temperature. If the temperature increases, then the value of rate constant changes. When we increase the temperature, then the reaction occurs faster and faster because the reactant easily undergoes reaction. So we can write it is constant at constant temperature, and the value changes with the change of temperature. At a particular temperature, different reactant have different K value. So we can write at constant temperature different different reactants have different K value. The K value independent upon the initial concentration of the reactant. The K value independent upon the initial concentration of reactant. The unit of K depends upon the order of the reaction, so we can write the unit of K depends upon the order of reaction. These are the characteristics of rate constant. Next I will discuss about the rate law or rate equation. It is a very important question always asked in the exam. It carries 2 or 3 marks. Suppose I will take an example. 2NO2 plus F2 gives 2NO2F. Suppose I will apply the law of mass action. Then according to law of mass action, the rate R is equal to K into NO2 power 2 F2 power 1. For the calculation of rate of reaction, we only depend 1 mole of NO2 and 1 mole of F2. It can be verified by the help of experimental data. So we can write the R is equal to K into NO2 power 1 F2 power 1. This data is shown by the help of experiment, and this expression is called your rate law or rate equation. This expression is written according to the law of mass action, and this expression is written according to the rate law. From this expression, it is clear that all the molecules participate in the reaction cannot take the responsible for the calculation of rate of reaction. From this expression, it is clear that all the molecules which take part in the reaction will not affect the rate of reaction. Maybe all molecules can take the responsible for the calculation of rate of reaction, or may not take the responsible for the calculation of the rate of reaction. This can be known by the help of experiment. By taking the experimental data, we can able to write the rate of reaction according to the rate law. This value, that means 2 plus 1 gives the molecularity and 1 plus 1 gives the order of reaction. Order of reaction can be calculated by the help of rate law. This is a mathematical expression which is written in terms of concentration of the reactant, which actually affect the rate of reaction. So we can write a mathematical expression written in terms of the concentration of reactants which actually influence the rate is called rate law. For better understanding of the rate law, suppose I will take in general example. A plus BB gives a product. According to the law of mass action, the rate R equal to dx by dt is equal to K into concentration of A power A into concentration B power B. Here this term is called molar concentration of A, and this term is called molar concentration of B. Your K is equal to rate constant, and this small a and small b, small a and small b are the stoichiometric coefficient of A and B respectively. Experimentally, it is seen that the rate of reaction may or may not depends upon the coefficient of A and B. Suppose the rate of reaction actually depends upon P mole of A and Q mole of B, then according to the rate law, the expression is written like this: R equal to K into concentration of A power P into concentration B power Q. Here the value of P may or may not equal to A. Here the value of Q may or may not equal to B. In some reaction the value of P equal to A. In some reaction the value of P not equal to A. In some reaction the value of Q may be equal to B or may not be equal to B. This expression is written according to the rate law. This is all about the rate law or rate equation. Next I will explain the difference between rate of reaction and rate constant. Rate of reaction, another is the rate constant. Rate of reaction is the speed with which the reactant is converted into the product, but rate constant is a proportionality constant. So we can write speed with which reactant converted into product, but it is an proportionality constant. By the help of rate of reaction, we can measure the decrease of concentration of reactant or increase of concentration of product. In a reaction, we know that the amount of reactant is consumed and the product is formed. That means there is a decrease in the concentration of the reactant and increase in the concentration of the product. By the help of rate of reaction, we can able to how much concentration of the reactant is decreased and how much the concentration of the product is increased. But the rate constant is equal to rate of reaction when the concentration of reactants is unit. We know that R is equal to K into concentration of the reactant. If the initial concentration of the reactant changes, then the value of R changes. So we can write the rate of reaction depends upon the initial concentration. But remember, the rate constant do not depend upon the initial concentration, because we know that R is equal to K into concentration of the reactant, and this K value is constant always for a particular reaction at a particular temperature. The unit of rate of reaction is always mole into liter inverse into second inverse, but the unit of rate constant depends upon the order of reaction. The unit of K in zero order reaction is different from the unit of K in first order reaction. This is all about the difference between rate of reaction and rate constant. Next I will discuss about the order of reaction. Before going to the order of reaction, take an example. 2NO2 plus F2 gives the 2NO2F. If I will apply the law of mass action, then R can be written like this: R is equal to K into NO2 power 2 into F2 power 1. This is the expression of rate of reaction according to law of mass action. Suppose if I will apply the rate law, or that is your rate equation, then R can be written like this: R equal to K into NO2 power 1 into F2 power 1. Look at that, your 2 is written, so your 2 is written, your 1 is written, so your 1 is written. But remember, if you think about this expression, then your 1 is written, and this value can be calculated by the help of experiment. Actually, how many number of reactant molecule affect the rate of reaction actually, that is considered in rate law, and the powers are added and give the order of the reaction. Here the order of reaction is equal to 1 plus 1, that is 2. That means this reaction belongs to a second order reaction. If I want to write the definition of order of reaction, then it is the sum of the power of the reactants in the rate law. So we can write the sum of power of molar concentration of the reactants in the rate law is called order of reaction. There are different types of order of reaction. At first I will explain about the zero order reaction. The reaction in which the rate of reaction does not depend upon the concentration of any one of the reactant. That type of reaction are considered zero order reaction. Suppose I will take an example: A gives a product, then what is the rate of reaction according to the law of mass action? R equal to K into concentration of A power 0. This reaction is called zero order reaction, because for the calculation of the rate of reaction, the concentration of A do not affect the rate of reaction. That means the rate of reaction in this reaction independent upon the concentration of the reacting species, that is your A. So we can write the reaction in which the rate of reaction is independent upon the concentration of reactant is called zero order reaction. Suppose I will take the examples. Example 1 is your H2 plus Cl2 gives it 2HCl. This is a zero order reaction. Here the concentration of hydrogen and chlorine do not affect the calculation of rate of reaction for this reaction. Similarly, we can take another example: 2HI gives a H2 plus I2. This is also a zero order reaction. Generally, most of the heterogeneous reaction belongs to the zero order reactions. The zero order reaction generally takes place in the surface of the catalyst. Similarly, I will explain about the first order reaction. In first order reaction, the rate of reaction depends upon the concentration of one reacting species. And the examples of first order reaction is your 2N2O5 gives 4NO2 plus O2. This is an example of first order reaction. For the calculation of rate of reactions, generally Generally, the rate of reaction depends upon the concentration of N2O5 only. Similarly, you can take the other example of first order reaction is your H2O2 gives H2O plus half O2. These are the examples of first order reaction. Similarly, I will explain about the second order reaction. In second order reaction, the rate of reaction depends upon the concentration of two reacting species. The two reacting species may be same or different. The examples of second order reaction is, first example is your H2 plus I2 gives it 2HI. Second example is your 2NO2 gives a NO2 plus O2. Third example is your CH3CO C2H5 plus NaOH gives a CH3CO Na plus C2H5OH. This reaction is called alkali hydrolysis of ester. These are the example of second order reaction. Like that, we can also explain about the third order reaction. In third order reaction, the rate of reaction depends upon the concentration of three reacting species. The reacting species may be same or different. And the examples are, number one is your 2NO plus O2 gives it 2NO2. Second example is your 2NO plus Br2 gives it 2NOBr. These are the examples of third order reaction. Next, I will explain about the fractional order reaction. In fractional order reaction, the order of reaction is a fraction, and the examples of fractional order is your CH3CHO gives CH4 plus O. Here it is given the order of this reaction is equal to 1.5. This is a fractional value, so this reaction belongs to the fractional order reaction. Next example is your H2 plus Br2 gives 2HBr. The order of reaction equal to 0.5. Next I will discuss about the pseudo order reaction or pseudo molecular reaction. In this type of reaction, the actual order is quite different from the expected order, and that expected order must be calculated by the help of rate law expression. RCl plus H2O gives ROH plus HCl. In this reaction, experimentally it is seen that the water is taken in excess amount. By applying the rate law, the R equal to K into concentration of HCl power 1 into concentration of H2O power 1, and the expected order is your 1 plus 1 that is your 2. But remember an important point: if an reactant is taken in excess amount, then that is considered as constant. So if I will think, then this term is your constant. That means I can write here constant. Here also constant. Constant into constant is your constant. That means the value of R only depends upon this value. So we can write R equal to K into RCl power 1. You can write a new constant. That is, suppose I will write K1. And the K1 equal to K into this constant. Now I will find out the order of reaction. Actual order of reaction equal to how much? 1. This is your actual order of reaction and this is your expected order of reaction. And this expected order of reaction can be calculated by the help of rate law. This reaction is called pseudo-order reaction or pseudo-molecular reaction. The reaction in which the actual order is different from the expected order and the expected order is calculated by the help of rate law. Remember an important point, in some reactions the order of reaction may be equal to the molecularity. The pseudo-order reaction can be classified into two types. One is pseudo unimolecular reaction, or it is also called pseudo first order reaction. The second is pseudo bimolecular reaction, or it is also called pseudo second order reaction. Now I will discuss about the pseudo unimolecular reaction or pseudo fast order reaction. In this type of reaction, the molecularity 2 or more than 2, but remember the order of reaction must be equal to 1. That means we can define the definition of pseudo unimolecular reaction. At first I will prove that this is your pseudo reaction by these two values. According to the definition of pseudo reaction, the reaction whose actual order is different from the expected order and the expected order must be calculated by the rate law. Look at that, here the expected order is 2 but the actual order is 1. As a result, this reaction is considered as the pseudo order reaction. Now I will prove that it belongs to pseudo unimolecular reaction. That means I will bound to prove that the molecularity of this reaction is 2. Look at that, here 2 molecules participate. That means we can write the molecularity is equal to 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. In this example, the expected order of this reaction is equal to the molecularity of this reaction, but the actual order of this reaction is 1. That means in this reaction the molecularity is 2 but the order of reaction is 1. That is your actual order of reaction is 1. So it belongs to your pseudo unimolecular reaction. Remember an important point, if the concentration of any one of the reactant is taken in excess, that is considered as a constant and this term will not added in the calculation of the order of reaction. Now I will take the second example, acid hydrolysis of ester. RCOR plus H2O gives RCOH plus ROH. This can be possible in the presence of H plus. This is your said to be acid hydrolysis. Here water is taken in excess amount. Suppose I want to write the rate of reaction for this reaction, then we can write R equal to RCOR power 1 into H2O power 1. Here the molecularity is your 1 plus 1, that is your 2. Here the expected order equal to 1 plus 1 also 2. Here the molecularity is equal to the expected order but the actual order is different. Here the actual order equal to 1 plus 0, that is your 1, because here water is taken in excess amount. We know that when a reactant is taken in excess amount, then the concentration of the reactant is considered as constant. Suppose I will put here constant, then this is your also constant. Constant into constant is your constant. That means R only depends upon this term. As a result, only we can write 1 plus 0. For this we can write 0 because it is your constant. That means the actual order is your 1. In this case, the rate of reaction expression is same according to the law of mass action and the rate law. Since the expected order is different from the actual order, so this reaction belongs to pseudo order reaction. Since the molecularity is 2 and actual order is 1, so that reaction belongs to the pseudo unimolecular reaction. Similarly, I will take another example of pseudo unimolecular reaction, that is the inversion of cane sugar. The formula of cane sugar is C12H22O11. When subjected to hydrolysis, then glucose and fructose is formed. This is your glucose and this is your said to be fructose. Your water is taken in excess. Suppose I want to write the rate of reaction, then rate of reaction R equal to K into C12H22O11 concentration power 1 and H2O concentration power 1. Here the molecularity is your 2 and the expected order is your also 1 plus 1, that is your 2. But the actual order is equal to 1 plus 0, that is your 1, because your water is taken in excess amount. Here the expected order is different from the actual order, so this reaction belongs to pseudo reaction. Since the molecularity is 2 and the order of reaction is your 1, as a result this reaction belongs to the pseudo unimolecular reaction. This expression is the same for both rate law and law of mass action, because the molecularity and the expected order is your same. Next example is your R3C bond X plus OH minus gives R3C bond OH plus X minus. Here OH minus taken in excess. Like other example, you can calculate the molecularity of this reaction is your 1 plus 1, that is your 2, and the expected order equal to 1 plus 1, that is your also 2, and the actual order is your 1 plus 0, that is your 1, because your OH minus is taken in excess. Next example is your CH3CO twice O plus NaOH gives CH3CONa, 2 molecule of CH3CONa plus water. Here NaOH taken in excess amount. For this reaction the molecularity is 2 and the order of reaction, that is the actual order of reaction is 1. So this belongs to pseudo unimolecular reaction. Suppose I will take a reaction in general, A plus B gives a product. Here B is taken in excess amount. Then look at that. This is your belongs to bimolecular reaction, and the order of reaction, that is your actual order of reaction is your 1. Your molecularity is your 2. Order of reaction is equal to 1. So this reaction belongs to your pseudo unimolecular reaction. Next I will discuss about the pseudo bimolecular reaction or pseudo second order reaction. For this reaction the molecularity is 3 or more than 3. But the order of reaction, that is the actual order of reaction is your 2. This type of reactions are found in rarely. Suppose I will take a general example, 2A plus B gives a product. Look at that. The molecularity of this reaction is your 2 plus 1, that is your 3. But the actual order equal to, suppose it is your taken in excess, then the actual order is your 2 plus 0, that is your 2. Here the molecularity is your 3 and the actual order is your 2, so it belongs to pseudo bimolecular reaction. Suppose I will take the A reacting in excess, then the molecularity is your 3 no doubt, but the actual order is your 0 plus 1, that is your 1. That means this reaction having molecularity more than 2 and the order of reaction is your 1, so it belongs to your pseudo unimolecular reaction. It's not your pseudo bimolecular reaction because the order of reaction is your 1. We know that for pseudo unimolecular reaction the molecularity is 2 or more than 2, but the order of reaction is 1. For pseudo bimolecular reaction the molecularity is 3 or more than 3, but the order of reaction is 2. Here the molecularity no doubt 3, but the order of reaction is 1. So it cannot be considered as your pseudo bimolecular reaction. It can be considered as your pseudo unimolecular reaction. Next I will discuss about the characteristics of order of reaction. Order of reaction cannot be obtained by a balanced chemical equation. It can be obtained by experiment. So we can write it cannot be obtained by a balanced chemical equation. It can be obtained by experiment. It pertains to the whole of the reaction, whether the reaction involves a single step or multi-step. So we can write it pertains whole of the reaction, whether the reaction involves single step or multi-step. Order of reaction can be 0, whole number or fraction. So we can write it can be 0 or fraction or whole number. Order of reaction cannot exceed more than 3. So we can write it cannot exceed more than 3. Order of reaction depends upon the reaction condition. It depends upon the reaction condition. These are the characteristics of order of reaction. Next I will discuss about the unit of rate constant in different order of reaction. The unit of rate constant in different order of reaction having a general formula, that is your mole into liter inverse to the power 1 minus n into second inverse. Here n is the order of reaction. If n is equal to 0, that is your zero order reaction, the unit of K equal to what? Mole into liter inverse. Put the value of n, that is your n is equal to 0, that means 1 minus 0 into second inverse, that means we can write mole into liter inverse into second inverse. For n is equal to 1, that is your first order reaction. The unit of K is your mole into liter inverse to the power 1 minus 1 into second inverse. We can write mole into liter inverse, that is your power 0 into second inverse. That means see, the unit of K is your second inverse. If n is equal to 2, that is your second order reaction. The unit of K equal to mole into liter inverse power 1 minus 2 into second inverse. That means say mole into liter inverse power minus 1 into second inverse. We can write mole inverse liter into second inverse. This is the unit of K for a second order reaction. If n is equal to 3, that is your third order reaction. The unit of K equal to mole into liter inverse 1 minus 3 into second inverse. That means we can write mole to the power minus 2 liter square into second inverse.